Have you ever beaten Donkey Kong Country? If the answer is no, then my next question is, why haven't you? Donkey Kong Country is by far one of the best video games I have ever played in my time of being alive, which is about 18 years. Yeah, I'm not too cool. I was not alive for the SNES. I played it through a cool thing called emulation. Regardless of that, one thing that has always stuck with me after playing this game is how well the game tackles difficulty. You see, most games today are either very easy or have a difficulty slider, but Donkey Kong wasn't about that. This game has one fixed difficulty to the game, and I feel like that's the best way to handle difficulty sometimes. When you have a game that simply allows you to choose how difficult a game is, it tends to be unbalanced. The hardest difficulty will always throw the most unavoidable BS at you, while the easy difficulty is just boring. It's not fun. However, when you have one set difficulty, then the developers can focus their time a bit better to really craft an experience that is balanced, encourages the players to become better, and even extends replayability. The best games I've seen handle difficulty has gotta be the Donkey Kong Country series. Like, all of these games handled it perfectly. And there is no better way of showing how well these games handle difficulty than the final boss of the first Donkey Kong Country game. If you've never played Donkey Kong Country, allow me to give you a rundown. This is a game where you play as Big Monkey and Little Monkey. King K. Rool, the main antagonist of the game, stole all of your bananas. All of them. He's an actual menace to society that needs to be shot and thrown into a river. The main journey of the game is for Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong to progress through the island and defeat King K. Rool so that they can obtain their bananas back. Simple plot, but it's still very interesting. Bro just wants his bananas. Anyways, as you progress through the game, it starts out pretty easy. The beginning levels are pretty fun. They're not very challenging, but that's how it's supposed to be. But the more you progress, the game keeps throwing harder and harder obstacles in your way. You walk into a cave and there's these annoying snakes that make you want to strangle a Western jumping mouse. Then you get to this temple run looking level where you gotta avoid these wheels that are trying to crush you. Then suddenly you're in a forest and there's flying creatures and like a million projectiles to avoid. And then after that, somebody turn off the lights. They think they're really funny, but in reality, I'm a convicted felon. But finally, you get to the final stretch of the game, and this is where it gets personal. You start getting some really challenging levels thrown your way. You got this stupid level where you have to keep grabbing fuel so your platform doesn't break. Then they turn off the lights again, except this time there's demons attacking you. Then you got this stupid level where the stupid monkeys do their stupid jumping on the dumb platforms, and then die to the dumb, stupid, dumb enemies placed conveniently on the platform that you are trying to land on. After all of that, you fight this little bird, which is a big fat wiener. But only after that entire gauntlet of BS do you actually get to fight the final boss. Set the stage. Boom, boat. Boom, water. Boom, sea shanties music. The two monkeys walk on board and take on the evil King K. Rool. You start fighting monkey style. It's a difficult fight, you might die a few times, but eventually you beat him. Credits roll. Finally, the game is over. I can finally go back to grinding out Overwatch. Wait, what's going? Why is he waking back up? What's going on here? Okay, now that's some bull. The game sits you in the corner of the room on the chair next to the bed and says, "Fight. We ain't done yet." On my first playthrough, I swear this fight took me like 2 hours to beat, and I know that I'm not very good at video games, so you guys don't have to bully me, but like, this boss was frustrating to me. But eventually I beat it, and whew, nothing can ever replace the feeling of finally beating this game. After the hours of struggling on the dumb moving platform level, the other annoying levels, and finally beating this godforsaken boss was one of the best experiences I've ever had with a video game. Because the whole ending half of the game with the challenging levels and the challenging boss fight gets easier with every playthrough. I can already hear you guys right now, "Oh wow, the game gets easier the more you play it, that's crazy." The game wasn't so challenging that it was unfair, it was just challenging and made me want to keep replaying to get better. And now today I replay this game like every few months and I keep getting better every time, and my playthroughs keep getting shorter. It's a great time. I always beat the final boss in one try. That's what I call a skill move. I'm good at this game. All of these levels that were once frustrating to me are now easy to me, and it's actually really fun. These are now my favorite levels in the game. Donkey Kong Country is a game that starts off easy, but slowly becomes more challenging over time without resorting to unfair or BS level mechanics. It's a game that rewards you for mastering it. A game that makes you want to master it. And look, I'm not saying that every game has to be challenging or has to have the same pain level as a divorce dispute to be fun, but I am saying that when a game takes time to consider the difficulty and think about how it affects the experience for players, then you can truly create something special. If you agree, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. I'm a new channel, so be nice to me, guys. I want subscribers. Anyways, that's it. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.